What up, though, homies and homies? It's your homie Grand, and this is a very informal. This is an informal. What up, though, homies and homies? It's your homeboy Grand Tizzle, and this is a very informal tutorial. I wanted to do a very quick tutorial, real quick, because I wanted to drive something home. It's something. It has a lot to do with something that we as producers do. And as I was mixing one of my videos for my VIP section, it's something that it made me think about the production community as a whole. It made me think about the reason community in particular, and it it had me thinking about how. And I don't care what you say. My real true reason is, and I'm gonna call them hashtag reason fams. It's just something that really need to be emphasized, fam. Something that really need to be emphasized because even me, even after learning and understanding the importance of game staging, I still neglected it. The point I'm trying to make is that us veterans, this is new information to us, fam. This is really truly new information, and for us to really adapt to it, it can be a little tough. You understand? You know, it just can because again, we come from an analog world to a digital world, and in the digital world, with all of the headroom, we really don't see the relevance of really paying attention to game staging because we like we got all this headroom. We you know what I'm saying? We can just turn our stuff up and I don't hear no distortion. I don't hear no clipping. What's the freaking big deal? But I'm gonna tell y'all something right now, fam. I'm telling y'all, man. And I even literally I just listened to like a platinum producer original tracks, and I heard the platinum producer original tracks clipping. I heard it was too hot. And I heard their masters where these platinum producers songs was on artists, and apparently the engineers knew what to do with their production, right? And this is the reason why it's important to educate yourself, fam, because this same producer, you would think that this producer got not. Now I'm not gonna throw him under the bus and throw his name out there, but the point I'm trying to say is, he got excellent production, but you would think that this information is common knowledge, but it's not. All we care about is knock and bump, and I'm going to include me in there. I'm not going to act like I'm higher than us. We're all the same. We're all learning. But what I do want to say is that this producer is a really good producer. Excellent, freaking excellent producer. But when I heard the raw version, should I say, when I heard the SoundCloud version of this producer's production, and I heard the official masters that was on a celebrity that this producer produced, it was night and day, which only helps you to understand that the engineer knew something that the producer did not know. Our goal is to make it freaking knock, but we lack that specific knowledge to follow the rules. We don't want to follow the rules because the rules seem counterintuitive. It seems counterproductive to our understanding, fam. It's ironic, man. This is crazy. So anyway, check this out. Masterman said this. He said, I'm about 12 to 15 minutes into the video. And so I thought I would comment, as I may not be able to watch the entire thing, but I certainly will later. But his argument is very freaking valid. Check it out. He said, I just got into this about 6 months ago in Reason, maybe longer. I forget where I saw a video or read about it, but I was trying to push everything as hard as I can without clipping on the master. I mean, I'm basically always trying to do that. Okay, so pretty much for the most part, that's pretty much what we're trying to do. Then he says, but like Grand Tizzle was saying, most of us, especially when we first start out, don't even know about gain staging. Like gain staging, even to me, I ain't even gonna, I'm not gonna front on y'all. I know what gain staging is, but that is a literal new phrase today. I know that, well, I'll tell you what, that's going to be a whole totally different tutorial. But I've learned about gain staging, but it wasn't called gain staging back then. It was called something else. But back then, when we was working with audio, and when I was in the school with Greg Riley and Bob, it's not, what's Bob Dennis. Bob Dennis, and you can Google it. Bob Dennis and Greg Riley, when we was in school, we learned about leveling and making sure that we get our meters and our input. You know, we make sure that we got our gain at a reasonable sound, as loud as possible, above the noise level, but not distortion. So we got it at a sweet spot, and everything worked out perfectly. And that was something hard for us to comprehend at the time, but we administered and we applied it, and it worked to our advantage. And that's why our music always sounded different than everybody else in Detroit. We just had a certain type of sound. They didn't understand why we had that sound, but it was those small little things that it was almost kind of like audio science, for lack of better words. We were just kind of like freaking, astronauts to music. You know, we was like the freaking NASA, you know, because we just understood what the big boys knew. We learned it, you know what I'm saying? And they taught it to us, and it was just common knowledge. If you didn't know, you just didn't know. But we was fortunate enough to. Anyway, this is not what I'm talking about. So that was then. But when digital came out, everything changed. Everything changed. The way we looked at gain staging, the way we understood it, the way we comprehended it, by digital being so clean. You know, like, how do you gain stage a sample kick? You understand where I'm coming from? It's not coming from a drum machine. It's not running through a SSL. It's just a freaking kick. It's already in the computer. There is 0 decibel noise. There's no noise. So how do you gain stage a sound with no noise? See, this is where the conflict gets a little crazy for us, fam. You know what I'm saying? This is where it gets crazy. So anyway, the thing is, it stayed the same. We just didn't understand that it stayed the same. And keep this in mind too. When digital first came out, VSTs didn't first come out with digital. We just had stuff like, I think I'm the Cool Edit Pro. I don't know if none of y'all remember, but my very first recording system was cool. My very first digital recording system was, matter of fact, hold on, man. See, this y'all got me started now. Hold on, man. See, this is cool. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about, fam. See, this is some throwback right now, man. Cool Edit Pro. Look, Cool Edit Pro right now look like Pro Tools right now. Look at this. This is Cool Edit Pro. This, and I could be wrong, man, or maybe I couldn't afford it, but this was something that was out back then. And when I got my computer, I wasn't using Reason, I wasn't using Cubase, I wasn't using Cakewalk, I was using Cool Edit Pro. I don't know how I got my hands on it. I don't know if it was free. Oh, there you go right there. Say Cool Edit Pro 3, free download. Maybe that's why I had it. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, though. The whole thing is that, you know, we don't want to be ignorant to the realities of life. And the realities of life is that there is a system. There's a way things should be done. There's laws. And according to the laws, that is the reason why our stuff sound the way it sound and their stuff sound the way it sound. So your goal, your ultimate goal is to really get to the bottom line of the laws, fam. We can't change them. Trust me, believe you me. We cannot change their laws. There's systems in place. When your stuff is played on a record, when it's played at the club, when it's played on the radio, there's laws. And if if our material don't abide by their rules, by their laws, it's not getting played. You understand where I'm coming from? So we just keep that in mind. So let me finish reading what he was saying. He say, but like Gran Turismo is saying, most of us, especially when we first start out, don't even know about game staging. And then when you do learn about it, it may not always apply. We may not may. Oh my God! All right, so I'm dizzy. Apply it or be thinking about it as you work. That's true. Next thing you know, you're way into your project, and then you got to go backtrack a little bit. And who wants to do that? So I say get it right in the beginning, absolutely. And you'll be glad you did later. I understand you want to get ideas out quickly, and you can do both at the same time. Just like anything else, garbage in, garbage out, or in the case, too loud in, too loud out. Now I'm going to stop there, and y'all can go check out the comments. But this is what I want to say. You have to, like, you really have to experience this, fam. You got to experience this before you can fully comprehend or agree to what I'm talking about. Now, if I get some thumbs down, it's just, I don't, probably just because, you know, some families just being silly and just, you know, there's some of us out there like that, you know, we just dumb down just for the hell of it. You know, it is what it is. You know, can't get mad, right? But for the most part, this is true education. And I'm going to say this again. I think the most important thing that I said in the meat or the midst of game staging, so that we can all truly, fully, completely wrap our head around it. The idea is first make sure that our audio at a reasonable level. That's the lack of better words. At a reasonable level, which can be somewhere between negative 12 and 18 decibels. Now, the primary reason why we want it there is because there's a specific frequency that we're looking for. You know, we put compression on the vocals. Let's say, for example, we put compressions on the vocals, right? Sometime that compression or whatever we do, sometimes it can actually raise the volume of their vocals. But the idea is to put the compression and get the compression sound, but not necessarily the volume, not necessarily the amplitude, fam. So the idea and the goal is to pull the amplitude back down to a reasonable setting. So the same thing with a drum kick. Let's say we want a drum kick. Let's say we want the drum kick to knock. Now I can show you better than I can tell you. Then I'm going to end this session because it was really all about just kind of coming here, running this value, explaining the very, very importance of game staging and why it's important, right? And then buzzing back off and going ahead and editing this video for my VIP members. But check it out. Okay, so I don't know if you really heard it, but you know what? Here, I tell you what, I know you will hear when I do this. I'm just going to do this real quick. Check this out. Now that's the kick. Check out the kick, fam. Now, me personally, I like the sound of the kick. Now, I want to say something, and then I'm definitely going to end the session because I really want to implant something in your minds, fam. I want to implant something in your minds. A lot of time we get two things we miscomprehend something. We misinterpret knock for volume. So sometimes what happens is we would interpret knock for volume, which means that when we listen to a beat, if the kick appears to be louder, we perceive that as knock. We perceive it as knock. So in our minds, the way we perceive, not the way we hear, fam, but the way we perceive frequency as amplitude or volume. So to really, if you want to be a really good mixer, fam, very good mixer, and elite, I swear to God, I know the elite hate for me to like drive this point home. But when you get this, your game gonna change and your whole mindset gonna change. And when your mindset change, your mixes is gonna be freaking out this world. Turn all that crap down, fam. Turn it all down. Turn it all down. And focus on grabbing the frequency that you want. Don't worry about the volume. At the end of the day, that's gonna be there. But what you're looking for, what you want, is the frequency. You want the frequency of the kick to sound a certain way. Once you get the frequency to sound right, you turn the volume up, you turn the volume down, it don't matter because that frequency is right. You got a frequency of a knock. Now, if you check out my and this is not, I swear to God, this is not no freaking promotional, shameless promotion. But if you don't know, go pick up Masters of EQ. You probably already know it. If you don't, it is what it is. For my people that already picked up Masters of EQ, watch it again, fam. Watch it again and understand the difference between frequency and amplitude. And understand and check out this tutorial, what I'm talking to y'all about right now. Today, what I'm saying is, we as hip hop producers misinterpret frequency from amplitude. And that's the reason why a lot of our stuff sounds smashed, loud, distorted, unclean, unclear. It's not clear. So going back to when I said earlier, I said that there's a producer that really produced very, very good music. But when I heard his version of a mix of some songs that he produced, and then I heard the master engineer version of the same material, there's two different type of worlds. And that is because the engineer knows something that apparently that the producer don't know. All we know is we like this kick, we like that snare, we like that bass, we like that. We're going to put those frequencies together. But what this engineer over here know is that, okay, so first and foremost, I got to gain stage all this. He got everything blazing out of this world. Everything is just blazing past 0 decibel. We can't have that. That's against the rules. Again, keep in mind, there's rules, there's laws. If we want to be better mixers and better producers, yes, better producers. Because a good producer know how to make his sound good. No, and make it sound great. A good producer do. Mediocre producers, you can actually be a better producer than a lackluster producer. But if a lackluster producer know how to mix his stuff better than you, bye-bye, birdie. You still a baby, fam. You still a baby. And just accept it. And punch yourself, yes, beat yourself up and make it your priority to learn and gain knowledge, fam. Gain that knowledge, man. Don't let this whack producer, because he can mix better than you, sound better than you. Don't let it happen. Have more dignity about yourself. Why are you producing? Don't just produce and then leave it up to the engineer to make your stuff sound good. Because what if you produce a freaking hit record and because you mixed it like crap, you can't get to the engineer all the time? You understand? So it's your job, it's your obligation to make sure that sound like it been ran through a freaking $100,000 mix console with $100,000 mixing engineer, man. Learn it. You understand? All right, man. So that's it, man. What the main thing I wanted to do, fam, was come here and express how important how important game staging is, y'all. All right, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm starting to drift, man. I'm drunk. I'm getting it's your homie Grand Tizzle, man. I'm about to go ahead and sign out, man. Finish up my I'm going to bed. It's 7:30 in the morning, man. I'm going to bed. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow, man. See y'all in a minute. See y'all want to spend it. Thank you for listening to this cuckoo crazy rant. It's cuckoo crazy. Yeah, hey, I'm a conspiracy theorist. You know how conspiracy theorists always know the truth, but the whole world look at them like, oh, he's a nut for sure. But some people be like, but he on to something. That's homie Grant Tizzle. That's homie Grant Tizzle, man. I'm a nut, but I be on the stuff, man. So quit playing around, man. All right. I'll see y'all in a minute. See you want to spin it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Till the next time. Peace.